Traders, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to say to all of you, I know I've been away for a very, very long period of time, probably the longest time that I've ever been away from YouTube. And I just want to say, I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of you out there that look forward to watching my content, and a lot of you who rely on coming back to the channel to be able to, pick yourself back up again, get motivated, stay fresh, and be able to, reignite that fire again that sometimes you lose when you're in the markets and not having a good time. So I really do understand the importance of me being on YouTube on a regular basis and having a routine. And I can promise you from this day on, you will see that from me. My aim is really just to help the community, just to share my knowledge, especially for those that are not in a position to be able to join the community, where of course we do a lot more work there on a daily basis. So I am going to do my utmost. That is my promise to every single one of you, that I'm going to be on YouTube more regularly. I think it's important that I continue to share my message, share my knowledge, share my wisdom, so that you guys can see that trading is possible. And of course, as you know, my motto is to keep things simple and to trust the process. And I think, as I'm telling you to trust the process, it's very important for me to continue to work on my process to make sure that I'm around to deliver for every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel, have taken the time to support me. And that goes without saying. I do want to thank every single one of you for that. So my aim is to, for the moment, just for the time being, is to get back on the weekly Forex outlook and reviews so that you guys have an outlook of the week ahead. We're going to switch it up a little bit because I know there's a lot of content out there where people are just reviewing the markets. I think what we are going to be focusing more on is looking at trading opportunities for the week that had just passed when doing the outlooks, trying to just add some value and substance to the outlook that we have for the following week. And then what I'm going to do is, just for now, again, while my schedule is still just a little bit very busy for the next 3 weeks, is to then provide one educational or value-based video midweek for you guys to watch as well. If I have time, I will of course upload a lot more content. That is something that I really want to get back into. But sometimes when you're just going and going and going, I was running the 12-week workshops. I'm sure some of you watching now have joined. Then I'm running, our main community where we're doing 4 hours of live trading every day, 2 hours for the London, 2 hours for the New York. And we've got mindset sessions, review sessions, 100 trade challenge review sessions. It just gets a little bit much, plus my own personal trading as well. I have had a phenomenal 3 months, to say the least, but it just gets on top of you. And I think coming to the middle of 2022, kind of just went through a burnout stage where I just needed a minute to myself just to recoup and re-energize so that I can perform at my peak, ready to conquer the next 6 months of the year. So I took a little time away from the charts. I was fortunate enough to go away on holiday as well with my family, which was beautiful. We went to Turkey for 10 days and was able just to think some things through, be able to just, like I said, re-energize, I guess, to just build that energy back up, get rid of some of those doubts that you may have in the back of your mind, because we all have them. And we arrived back on Saturday, early hours of the morning. It's actually taken me the whole weekend to recover, still recovering now. But I thought that it's best that I do this video just to make sure you know that I'm still here, guys. I'm still thinking about you. I really want you to accept my apology for not being there for you, but I'm 100% dedicated to make sure that I'm going to be there. Just watch the ride. That's all I can say. Just watch the ride. So it's just been a very, very interesting few months in the markets. I'm really happy to say that there's been a lot of progress as well. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but we've had a lot of members passing their verifications and getting funded. Roughly, we're averaging around 3 to 4 a week. And all I can say is it's not so much the strategy. So I'm not here to try and pitch any of you or trying to hope you to get in on board with the Rocks FX Academy, even though I know and believe it to be the best academy for helping those that really want to progress with their trading. But I just think it goes to show that those traders who have been putting in work from the beginning, who are not getting the results that they're looking for, who continue to make mistakes and end up, going backwards, as long as you're able to persevere and push through that, get past those obstacles and hurdles, you will find yourself in a position where it's almost impossible for you to fail. And I think, and I say this very convincingly, that if you want to become successful in this business as a trader, you're going to have to fail first. And if you see it as failing, I think that can be viewed in a negative light. I much prefer to see it as you are gaining experience. You're learning things about yourself that you may not have known before because you're probably accustomed to the 9-to-5 lifestyle, or you have a routine that you've been accustomed to for a long period of time. And stepping out of that comfort zone, starting a new business, learning a new skill, trying to apply it, trying to get results, because some of the things that you want to be able to achieve, like paying off your debts, supporting your family, quitting your job, is really, really massive things. And when you have that weight on your shoulder, it makes the process so much harder. But what I've seen, and I don't want you to give up hope here, is that the traders that have been passing recently are not traders that are new to trading. They've been trading for a while, but what they've been able to do is they've been able to persevere and been able to get through those hard times to be able to get to that stage where they've made their mistakes, they've done dumb things, they've worked out what is working, they've tweaked their plan, they've tweaked their mindset, their perspective, everything. We'll talk about this week. I've got a video coming for you as well on those things. And they've been able to persevere and get those results. And I just want to say to you guys, in the beginning, it will be difficult, but if you want to make it happen, you can. That is just like me and my business. As a trader, I focus on that more than anything else. Then I have, Rox FX Academy. Then I have property as well that I have to manage. And that is what has really been stressful recently, because I'm managing a property at the moment, and there's been problems with the roof. There's been problems with the plumbing. There's been problems with control applications. And it's just really, really stressful trying to juggle these things. But as long as you persist, as long as you break things down, as long as you're realistic about what it is that needs to be done, and you focus on one thing at a time, I promise you can achieve it. And just like me with the project that I'm on at the moment, it's been about 6 weeks of having to deal with that. Do you understand? And it's not been easy, but I'm 3 weeks away or thereabouts to being completed with what was once an absolute milestone or huge obstacle that I had to overcome just by doing one thing at a time on a daily basis. So I really just want to say this to you guys, like, it's not just you, it's me as well. There's many other people that I speak to, hundreds of people each week that are facing problems. Just persevere through that, and I promise you'll get out the other end, and it'll be worth it. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't been around. That's not an excuse. That's not me excusing or trying to sidestep my apology. Again, please accept my apology. I'm back on YouTube. Best believe me. I'm going to start with a schedule of 2 videos a week, and then thereafter, I'm going to start going a little bit more ham. So I don't want to waste too much of your time with my apology here. I'll talk to you about my trade today. This is not my trade. This was a lesson that I'd done with a 12-week workshop, just going over some concepts from scaling in, scaling down. But the trade that I took today was on pound JPY, and it was this morning. So this was the first trade that I've taken in about, how long has it been now? I'd say about 10 days. And I woke up this morning around 6 o'clock, and I took a look at pound JPY to see if there was a potential opportunity. I look at pound JPY and gold more often than not. And around 6:30 is when I saw this opportunity. So I'll go over this with you. I'll tell you my thought process. Then we'll wrap this video up, and then we'll see you back on a more regular basis. So the trade that I took today was this trade here. Pretty simple trade if you understand the sentiment of the market, something that I will discuss with you more about in the near future, because I know a lot of you have been asking me about structure and behavior, etc., etc. So I will go over that and help you out to understand that a little bit more. So this morning when I woke up, it was 6 o'clock, and I'd seen here that this market structure had been pushing bullish for a very long period of time. That's besides the point. To be honest with you, it is even more simple than that. It has been pushing bullish. And you can see here on this candle, the 6:15 candle to 6:30, attempted to push bullish and failed to push bullish, closing as a bearish candle. Now, most of you will look at this as an indecision. For me, it's not so much as an indecision. I really don't care about candle names. I'm more focused on the bullish behavior here with what is actually happening from a behavioral perspective, which is a depletion in that bullish sentiment. Once the market depletes with this bullish sentiment here, in the back of my mind, based on structure, we have a strong push phase, a depletion, and what I anticipate is a potential higher low before a continuation. Well, there you go. Look, I mean, it's right there in front of you, right? But of course, I didn't see that at the time, but that's what I'm anticipating. So once I see this close, I'm thinking to myself, I need a little bit more confirmation or evidence to confirm that the market is actually, in fact, going to continue bearish. And what I need is a shift in momentum. So we have the evidence of a depletion in the bullish momentum, and I need the shift in the bearish momentum. So once this 630 candle closed, this was enough for me to say, well, I'm now looking for sells. But before I look for sells, I can't just say, well, it's a push phase now, the exhaustion before the higher low and continuation. I have to add value to this trade. So I went over to pound USD, because if this is pushing bearish, what I'm anticipating at this time is that pound is weak. As yen is pushing bearish, that then says that yen is strong or pound is weak. So I went over to pound USD just to look for those confluences. And as you can see here, I actually spoke about this morning with my students, but you can see here that at the same time, 630, the candle had closed bullish. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't take the trade. And it doesn't mean that I can't discount the fact that GJ can continue bearish, but it does tell me that at this moment in time, the pound is not weak, because if the pound was weak, then I would see a bearish close in sync with pound JPY close at this point here, 8:30, sorry, 6:30. Okay, so we have a bearish close at 6:30 here, and then we have a bullish close at 6:30. So in the back of my mind, I'm saying to myself, well, look, pound is not weak. Can I really still be selling pound JPY? So to validate that trade, what I did is I went over to actually euro yen. Let me pull up euro yen. I went over to euro yen at 6:30, and as you can see here at this stage, this candle had closed bearish. So now I know pound is not weak, but I do know that yen is strong. So we have here at 6:30 a bearish close, which is a shift in momentum, a bullish push to the upside with a depletion and a shift in momentum. This added confluence to the push to the upside, the depletion, and the shift in momentum. Now we can continue to look across the board here to see what happened at 6:30 as well. Again, 6:30, we have evidence and confirmation of yen strength here. CAD JPY at 6:30, we have evidence and confirmation of yen strength. I didn't need to look at that at that time. On my watch list, I only had pound JPY and euro yen, but it just confirms what I'm trying to say just for you as you're watching this video. So I saw that. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm saying to myself, from an intraday perspective, I know that this is a low from a lower time frame perspective. So if we go to the 1 minute time frame here, you'll see the shift in this behavior, and this is what you want to take into consideration. This is something that I share all the time on YouTube, but we have a strong bullish momentum to the upside, or we have strong bullish momentum to the upside. We now have an area in the market here where price is failing to break above these structures. We have an information here to confirm a break of this brick wall, which is a shift from bullish to bearish sentiment. And then we have this information here, which is a bearish shift to the downside, which is confirming the bullish behavior has now depleted. We failed to make new highs, and we have this shift. Once we have this information, then all I'm simply looking for from a lower time frame perspective, or just from a technical perspective, is that the area in the market where price creates the support is the area in the market that if price breaks will give me the confirmation evidence that I need to confirm that the market will continue bearish. So we have the shift, which is the break below the previous structure. As you know, with a downtrend, you have a lower high formation, and then I'm expecting a new lower low. It was at that point that I decided to enter the trade roughly around here with my stop loss above the previous structure. And then I went for my targets on this trade. And as you can see with the information that we've just gathered across the board, I was able to take advantage of a really nice move here. Let me just confirm this entry for you. 163.36.9. Yeah, it makes sense because I didn't hit the 1 to 2. So I entered 136.36.9. There you go. Okay, this is perfect. Fine. So with this trade, this was my entry. Oh, what a perfect entry, by the way. Then I went for the 1 to 2. Aha, there you go, baby. So I went for the 1 to 2 on this trade, and I closed partials around here, and then the rest of the position around here. So I got about 1.9 R from the trade. I didn't hold it all the way down to TP, but it was an absolutely gorgeous trade. And yeah, that is it really, guys. That is my trade today. So really grateful. Was able to come back and take this trade for my first trade. I'm not expecting to win every single trade that I took, but in line with the sentiment of the market, identifying that currency strength and weakness, seeing that momentum shift was the reason why I took this trade, with obviously identifying intraday behavior, which is a brick wall break of the structure, lower high formation, and an anticipation of a break of the low to see the market continuing bearish. So this was the trade, and yeah, I hope you got a little something from it. So guys, I really am looking forward to coming back. I'm feeling pumped. I'm actually feeling really happy that I was able to do this video, and I just want to say I hope you guys are doing extremely well. I hope you're still staying focused. I hope you're still trusting the process, and you'll see me back more often. That is a promise. If you like this video, guys, make sure you hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn on notifications for the next time I upload. And until the next video, continue to trust the process.